Hello everyone and welcome to my Sister Wives Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sister spouses Christine Brown gets alteration, Kody enraged? After the separation among Kody and Christine Brown, many bits of their life were still attached that required partition. Sister spouses star, Christine earthy-colored Wooly gets a correction that apparently isn't the thing Kody Brown was trusting. During the time spent figuring out the subtleties, is Kody enraged over the change? Irrefutably, the sister spouses' separations of Mary, Janelle, and Christine Brown haven't been smooth changes. Halfway in view of the lifespan of the relationships. In any case, generally on the grounds that the plural family activities were altogether different since they were one unit with many parts. Notwithstanding, none of the detachments have been simple. Every spouse had various situations to figure out with Kody earthy-colored, who is still in the marriage with Robin Brown. Similarly, there are youngsters, properties, and agreements that made a tempest of administrative noise for the plural family to work through. Beyond question, Christine and Kody's division was a bad dream. As of late, Sister Spouses fans initiated a discussion on Reddit about Christine earthy-colored Wooly changing her agreement. Moreover, the conversation goes into how Kody earthy-colored feels about anything, including cash. A client begins, Christine leaving and tender loving care contracts. Then, they add, when Christine was preparing to leave Kody, do you suppose she addressed tender loving care about the thing she was doing and about getting her own agreement? Does that mean attention expressed nothing to Kody until after she told him since they would need to append a revision to the ongoing agreement? I can envision Kody and Robin being bothered to figure out that Christine had the option to pull this off and they have no control. Which would have made it simpler for the other previous Mrs. Browns to do likewise. After the underlying post, a few fans gave their considerations about Christine earthy-colored Wooly changing her agreement with tender loving care. Most point out that the LLC is unique in relation to the tender loving care contract. Having a different LLCs is not quite the same as having a different agreement. They without a doubt generally had separate agreements yet gone their pay through to the one LLC. There is by all accounts a predominant hypothesis that Kody controlled all the cash, yet that doesn't agree with Janelle getting her fifth wheel without Kody knowing or Mary purchasing the B&B. Every one of the spouses have additionally been single on their home loans and would expected to demonstrate predictable pay. Kody cutting them in remittance wouldn't cut it. I don't have the foggiest idea why so many appear to believe Kody should have controlled all the cash the ladies had. We realize he didn't. You're most likely right on how the cash went through, yet the agreement might have obviously been with the LLC. Additionally, everything being equal, Mary got the cash from her mother. Also, Janelle's acquisition of the fifth wheel was no doubt from what little investment funds she had accumulated from past positions. I'm certain she went to them and requested to be discreet. No one needs their check kept into their ex's record. While certain individuals accept that Christine Brown might have gotten a decent poking on Kody Brown, others figure the deal with tender loving care would be as people. They're not kids, they would have all had separate agreements since they're grown-ups. So her agreement wouldn't be impacted by his as well as the other way around. Generally this is the means by which attention carries on with work. One agreement to one individual that is then expected to give out likewise. Unscripted television contracts are regularly voluntarily for 1 season/1 year of shooting. I question they did an alteration, they presumably did hers independently once the new season was arranged. They additionally didn't seem to isolate or make new LLCs until decently as of late. Be that as it may, assuming that Christine Brown did get a revision, did Kody Brown have some familiarity with it? My estimate is that Kody was unreasonable irate in light of the fact that to him this is his show and that the ladies show up at his endorsement. However, I don't think they are bringing in insane cash from the show. A good yearly compensation. The spouses are making the greater part of their cash off of their MLMs, and I don't feel that cash was placed into the family pot. I think this is certainly what he didn't see coming. What is your take on Christine earthy-colored Wooly changing her agreement after the marriage finished? Do you suppose attention knew before Kody? Do you think there were fights over the cash in the relationship? Is it safe to say that you are glad to see more episodes of Sister Spouses? Drop your remarks beneath. Sister Spouses star Meri Brown dazzled fans, yet not Christine Brown, as they trudged through over 10 years of their attention seasons. While Kody earthy-colored ladies looked frightened at one another occasionally, they didn't hammer their kindred co-spouses. All with the exception of Christine, who designated Meri well before the third spouse talked demonizing about Robin Brown. During the years, the sister spouses glossed over their affections for one another while in the public eye. Be that as it may, Christine Brown had an unresolved issue with Meri Brown. While very little of her concern appeared on the Sister Wives show, she compensated for it in the book each of the 5 companions composed. Not very far in the past, Maddie earthy-colored brush got via web-based entertainment to portray a beast from her experience growing up. Maddie's virtual entertainment post came closely following a censure Meri posted. In view of the phrasing on the 2 posts, there was little uncertainty about who they were about, regardless of neither referencing a name. Thus, it was broadly accepted Meri was the beast Maddie alluded to. Maddie is the girl of Janelle Brown and Kody Brown. Yet, she thinks about Christine as her subsequent mother. Now that large numbers of the sister spouses' kids are grown-ups, they've jumped via web-based entertainment to give their opinion about existence in a polygamous family. They've pointed outrage at Kody Brown, Robin Brown, and Meri Brown. Paydon Brown was another of the grown-up kids who revolted against Meri Brown. Paydon is the child of Janelle Brown. He said his kin never had a good sense of reassurance around Meri Brown. So kids from 2 distinct families had some rubbing with Meri growing up. However, the historical backdrop of these occasions might return to Christine Brown in that book, Kody and His Ladies, wrote. In the Sister Spouses book, Christine uncovers that the burden on her relationship with Meri began a long time back. Christine depicts how she held on for quite a while as Meri treated her children cruelly. Rather than conversing with her sister spouse's co-wife about the treatment she saw, she rationalized her. Yet, on one occasion it reached a crucial stage and Christine thrashed her co-spouse over how she treated her children. She said it reached a place where her children dreaded Meri, which is what her child, Paydon, said years after the fact. Christine thought Meri took her dissatisfaction out on her children. However, rather than a quiet discussion, it turned into a terrible showdown. This began with Christine shouting at her co-spouse. She told Meri to quit conversing with her children and furthermore for her to quit meddling in their lives. Thus, the connection between these 2 co-spouses failed. In spite of going to directing together, the hostility melted away yet never disappeared between the 2 women. Thus, it seems to be Maddie's beast depiction and Paydon's apprehension about Meri Brown have surprisingly backing it up. It seems like this began during the timetable that Christine uncovered. You didn't see it on the screen, yet it seems like it was there in the background when the attention cameras weren't rolling. Make a beeline for Cleanser Soil for the most recent scoop on Sister Spouses.